Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Everyday siya kung dumating. Kaya parang institusyon na siya dito sa area namin. Minsan, sobrang late na. Andun pa rin si Manong Fishball.
Ginagabi kayo, Manong!
Enrollment eh.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in the final game of the regular season. Welcome to the third season of the University Lions Cup featuring Valorant. The top 12 collegiate Valorant teams in the Philippines are all here competing to raise the campus torch, a prize pool of over 150,000 pesos, the right to call themselves the best in the country, and scholarships. Dax here with Viminal yet again. Last game, my friends. And I have to say, Viminal, if that last match, which was a utter domination show from Virtus Arcus, this one between LG Esports and MGS Clubs, it's all the bearing in the world. There's so many possibilities right now. And thanks to our incredible production team in behind, they've made sense of the math here, Vim. Have you seen the updates? Because it seems like there's still a chance here for MGS Clubs to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, again, a lot is riding on this match. There's if ever Virtus Arcus wins this, there's still. I mean, LG ADMU. I think there's gonna be a three-way tie. Yeah, like you were mentioning.
So if LG wins this, they're second seed because HAU is untouchable. They got the 5-0. They're like, we are at the very top. We have the perfect record, so nothing doing. For LG, if they get this win, they get the second place. But if MGS Clubs takes this win, I've seen here from our production, like I mentioned, shout outs to Dan, especially for doing the math here. It seems like right now, let me just find it very quickly. Oh, so if they win, they actually can get third place away from MCL because they have a better round differential compared to the opposition. If they lose, they don't have the same number of match wins, so it's MCL in the playoffs instead. And in the off chance that MGS Clubs is able to beat LG Esports with a 12-round gap, so a scoreline like 13-1, right? If they can do that, they can actually be the second seed instead. So there's a chance to make it happen all the way to rocket themselves up for second place. But I just gotta say, this is already incredible because this is a team from Division B last time in contention for Division A playoffs. So it really goes to show how important and how, I'd say, fruitful the relegation system is.
I mean, you got that right. You hit the nail on the head there, Dax. But I mean, let's face it, getting a 13-1 against an opponent like this, it's just probably impossible. So, but then again, anything goes here in UAC. Upsets abound. Expect the unexpected, and I'm prepared to for whatever that happens in this match. It's gonna be crazy, as the kids say.
As the kids say, without sure. If it's not like the kids, Bim, how do you spell crazy? Sige nga, spell mo nga yung
You
crazy.
spell crazy with a K.
He's in the know. He knows it. He knows it. Old man Bimalo keeping it close. Kaya nga naka-leather jacket, di ba? Alam mo na eh.
I'm not as old as Hiko, but maybe this is a bit of a quarter life crisis for me. Kasi, I'm wearing the leather jacket, I'm wearing a FaZe Clan shirt, and there's G Fuel behind me. It's just me trying to say to everyone that I'm not
you're not old yet. You're trying too hard, Bim. But no, honestly, tas yung ano pa, the whole what's Biminal gonna do next saga? I feel like those are the signs of aging, my friend. But we all love you. Look at your face. Come on. Only the Viminal face, always eternally youthful. But going back into the game, LG Esports, this is a team that has been incredible all throughout, somehow, some way making it to the grand finals, only losing out to their bitter rivals, DLSU. And in this current iteration of LG Esports, they've been the most successful team on the attacking side. This is a team that knows how to play attack very, very well. And on the defensive, that's when sometimes their faults do come into play, but they still manage a way to bounce back from their early pitfalls on the defending side and figure it out. So for LG Esports, it really is just all about getting that more balanced game, isn't it, Vim?
Yeah, absolutely right there. Can you remind me, Dax, the players on the current LG roster right now?
Oh, why am I getting tested right now? Is this part of the quiz? So
No, no,
you
no, no, no. Yeah. It's just
so mhm.
something I've been thinking about. But yeah, I need to know
so
the
you,
roster right
you
now.
I have to say the most notable players have to be Flex and Mateo, the double duelist, absolutely potent, playing for the Astra Luna squadron as well on the pro side. You also have Rykes and Dupe, and then you have Nibby, Dippy, and Jeg to wrap up their whole roster here in terms of our full rotation. But more often than not, it is Flex, Mateo, Rykes, Dupe, and
Okay.
Nibby that plays more often than not. We'll be seeing what kind of iteration we'll get here and now versus MGS clubs.
And we're all aware of the prowess of Mateo, both Mateo and Flex. And let me tell you, Flex is probably one of the best, if not the best, duelist here in UAC right now. So he's definitely no slouch by any stretch of the imagination here. I did predict LG to take the series very, very convincingly during the caster predictions. But
Don't worry. I always predict LG no matter what. I
always.
cannot. I cannot not
That's
predict.
why I
You know.
never not predict the DLSU. You know,
That's
it's
why
the
I'm.
same
That's why I'm 0-2 in finals predictions because cannot
thing.
cannot
And
like
maybe
I
third
cannot.
time's the charm.
No, that's what I'm believing in. But the MGS clubs, the amount of belief this team has in themselves and the amount of belief the fan base has in them, it's just incredible. And I really have to give it to all the Mapua universities who've seen so far in University Lions Cup. We remember
Yeah.
the Spades roster from then. Now we have the clubs here and now Division A. And it's such a big deal because, CSB, they were a team, Division B, made it to fourth seed. We had a few showings as well from the likes of NEU, if I remember correctly. But here, MGS clubs, they're almost there. They're about to get into the playoffs if they get this big win versus ADMU. And if they lose it, then it's a little bit okay. They're not gonna be put into relegation. They're in that fourth seed. But if they win this, it really proves that they belong here with the big boys. They belong here with the usual suspects in Division A. And a victory versus ADMU will just raise the stock of MGS clubs to absolute new heights, Seminole.
And perhaps they're on the precipice of that, to being able to play with the big boys. Here against the Ateneo. It's just
The Ateneo. Did you say the Ateneo, tough boy? Oh my
Ah,
god.
pero in all seriousness, we have countries in Southeast Asia
Mhm.
na we deem to be FPS countries. If there is a university here in the Philippines known to be an FPS school, it's gonna be Mapua. They're one
Mhm.
of the few schools that actually had their homegrown internal tournament just for their campus. A lot of CS pros currently, former and currently playing, came from Mapua. One of the godfathers of FPS here. I mean, Adrian came
Ooh.
from Mapua. A lot of really strong professional players. Some of them part of my team as well. Come from Mapua, and they usually talk about how everyone's into FPS there. So it's no mystery as to why MGS Clubs is a formidable team here in the UAC.
Yeah, just all the MGSs. They're good. They're really good, and all the suits. It just suits them. The different squadrons that we see time and time in the UAC and Mapua, no matter what iteration, which campus, they're always a force to be reckoned with. But of course, the forces that make this tournament possible, we gotta give our thanks yet again to them. And this tournament here presented by ASUS Republic Gamers, powered by the reigning king of gaming laptops, the ROG Zephyrus S17, featuring 11th gen Intel Core i9 CPU cooled with liquid metal and GeForce RTX 3080 GPU to take your gaming experience to the next level for hashtag for those who dare. Available now in your nearest ASUS and ROG accredited stores nationwide. Hop on to rog.acadarena.com to check it out. And shout out to partners at Logitech G as well. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can hashtag keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at logitech.acadarena.com now. Guys, I know we say it quite a bunch every single week, but there's a reason. Not only because, their logos are there, but honestly, these sponsorships, they make the prize pool bigger. They let us reach out to more people,
Mhm.
and it really lets us give back to the community, to the players, and make it something they can really play for. So no matter what, na parang okay paulit-ulit na, ito na yung spiel, diba? There's that genuine side because without them, UAC wouldn't be in a season 3, right? We wouldn't be this
Yeah.
big right now.
Wait. Speaking of our sponsors, I got something.
Are you gonna flex like Ryujin also?
No. In all seriousness, this is for Logitech. Like, I've been using this headset for years and years and years. Like this is my second pair because of
Mhm.
my first one retired. But
Mhm.
it's just that good. I'm using a different one right now because I'm just experimenting. But um, this is one of the best headsets you can get for competitive gaming. The sound stage is very neutral. It pretty much sounds like an audiophile headset
Mhm.
because the sound isn't really colored. But yeah, if you're looking for a headset, look no further than the G Pro. Trust me.
Ah. Guys, bumalik si Paco MNL. The
Ah.
return of the Paco MNL on stream right there. Check out his YouTube page right there. But also, you guys both did it. When I mentioned Logitech, Ryujin also flexed all his gear. I still got my G903 I bought like in ESUS a long time ago. And
Mm.
it just feels like that, our sponsors have been there for us. We end up using the products, etc. naturally. Just goes to show we're very happy to have them on board, and we're very happy to have you. We're just getting ready though for our last game. This is gonna be a big one, so tune on in, get your dinners, get on ready, because this matchup absolutely matters. The field has been set. The playoff picture is looking very, very clear. But as of the moment right now, it seems like this game is going to be one for the books, because we're going to be noting who will make it into the Group B playoff side. We already have Valve Esports secured and ready to go. And in all honesty, what better place to do it here, Viminal, than besides Ascent, the classic, the standard of
Mm.
AcadArena, the collegiate scene. And here we go again. To no surprises, the Sova's already into play.
This is like home court for both teams.
For
And
everyone.
yeah, for
this is
everyone.
this is a campus in Valorant. If you have an in-game campus for all the schools, this is it. Ascent is the place to be. Ay.
Okay. Taking a look at the agent comps here for the side of LG. It's pretty cookie cutter, I do believe. Mateo, known him to be playing the Reyna in this map, flex as well on his main, the Jet. Pretty straightforward here. No Astra this time around for LG. For the side of MGS clubs, I'm not quite sure. They're contemplating on the Viper, but I'm doubting that one. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for the Astra instead. That might be the only differentiator here, in this pseudo mirror matchup.
That's the thing though. This is my point of
Choose your
season 3.
agent.
The whole storyline, guys. If you need one sentence to define UAC season 3, innovation versus tradition. And we got the traditional competition here for LG Esports. Double duelist Omen, Sova, Killjoy, just the way they like it. On the flip side, though, it's a bit different for MGS clubs. There is that mix of that Sky in the mix for that double initiator setup for the flashes. But besides that, it's pretty much the same old case. So in the end, Biminal, you make a case there for it being a mirror matchup. But for MGS clubs, they've read into how the game is being played so far. And
Yep.
here we have our last matchup of the day. MGS clubs versus LG Esports. I wonder who's going to take this, Bim.
It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one, but I'd have to say the favorites here are gonna be LG Esports. They've made a name for themselves because of numerous strong performances here in the UAC, only being felled by DLSU. But I mean, it's just for the side of MGS clubs here, it can be a possibility for them to take this upset. If I'm not mistaken, Sirius is here, right?
For
Did he change
what's
name
what?
for
try-
MGS?
I'm looking right now. Not too sure actually, because we don't actually get those updates. So we got Viol, we got Kian, Olsen, KVG, and Delhi. So no, Sirius isn't playing right now actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll just double check our
Interesting.
database real quick. And Bill is disconnected, so hopefully he can get on back. But LG Esports, I gotta say, I like that they're on the attacking side first. This is where they set the momentum and the tempo of the game, and this is where they can really build on that scoreline, Bim.
Yeah, absolutely right. For the side of MGS, it's just double initiator decks. It's very meta right now, and honestly, I
Yes.
love playing with double initiators, especially that Silva Sky combo is so potent. There's so much value off of that Sky alone. It can really be compounded by having a Sova as well. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The Sky is just basically a duelist in an initiator code. It's like it's sus. It's a bit of an imposter on the initiation role, because the flashes, they're incredible to set things up for your team. but they're also amazing for setting things up for yourself. No more animation
Yeah.
means that you can be the one to peek that out, and many players we've seen who play that duelist role have flexed on over to the Sky rather than playing things like the Phoenix, just because it gets a bit more value and a lot of that intel. But MGS Clubs, let's see how they're gonna defend LG Esports on the attacking side. It's all about that rush down onto A site, and here we have it, Bim. Last game of the day, last game of the group stage of Division A, and here comes LG Esports, and suddenly it's MGS Clubs putting a roadblock in front. Mateo Duke on the board, and he got Keon right now catching out the Omen, but Nibby finding Olosin, and as quickly as we started, it's gonna be a 3v2, can be a 3v1, but it's Keon with the kill onto Mateo instead.
Off to a hot start here, MGS Clubs. This is definitely last, but not the least of a matchup here that we have, Mr. Dax. But it seems like LG has already made their way on to B side. The spike is going to be successfully planted. Nibby down to 59 points of HP.
One enemy remaining.
Nibby finding Keon anyway. All of the killjoy right now staying in the log cubby, but stuck there. And unfortunately, Step Bro, it's not going to be any kind of escape whatsoever. Delhi right now versus Dippy. The battle of the Ds, the battle of the Sovas, but it seems like Delhi's the big one there in this campus. MGS Clubs winning the pistol and surprising the aggression of LG Esports with their own here, Vim.
That was a really good play coming here from MGS Clubs. Perhaps a little bit of more tactics up their sleeves, maybe a bit of water reviews here and there. Typically, when you catch an opponent off guard like that in the pistol round, you know it's very telling. So that remains to be seen for the rest of the match here. But MGS, at the very least, they have the momentum on their side. Full buys abound coming into the post pistol round, the anti-eco round. Conversely, for the side of LG, they are going to be having a couple of sheriffs on the board. Let's see what they can make out of this.
Yeah, look for the task, but look for the bullets on the other side. The defense right now of MGS Clubs playing it a bit more standardized this time rather than their early aggression, knowing that LG Esports as a roster can punish the punishers and look to flip the script. In any case, though, it's all about that split push, but oh my god, all a sin.
Ooh.
That's a quick one there. Ice in his veins, just looking sour about that. And it's going to be MGS Clubs there with the man advantage here, Benny.
Seems like a bit of a scuffle there, but LG is going to be down to very, very little HP as Viol. Making good use of that Spectre.
Yeah, MGS Clubs right now, they know that LG Esports are crippled beyond belief. They're low on the HP side, and Dippy right now trying to dip in and out of the tree area, but KVG will get in the way, and all of a sudden now catching out Flex. The MGS Clubs, you know, we were talking about the stats a while ago. We mentioned the scoreline they needed to take the second seed away from LG Esports, and this is a very commanding start to do that in.
That was a perfect anti-eco round for the side of MGS Clubs, but is this going to be the third round? Third round, Dex.
Okay yun na, kinompleto mo na eh.
Is this going to be a third round?
Third round.
I'm going to say that na lang.
Third round.
Third round.
Third
Para
round.
mas compact siya.
Parang one word eh. You know it's supposed to have a rhythm, right? Third round, and then
Third round,
becomes third round. Kinapress na lang eh. Parang ang tamad sabihin.
Nanakawin ko na yung linya mo. Nagkamali pa ako.
Ayun, tatlong salta. Ayoko na sabihin yun. Just make it one word. Abbreviation.
Para unique na to me.
Parang, let's just say instead of talaga at na yun, just like ADMU, mum, M-U-M, mum. Mum's the word. Mum's the word. But then again, you know. Leg esports. Ayun, there you go. Anyway, enough of our silliness and making words up. We will have to make up some words though to describe what MGS Clubs will do very soon against LG Esports. Speaking of LG Esports, they're playing the entry onto A side, looking to take control of the gardens. Olsen though hanging on back, but he doesn't want to get overrun. He has the Spectre and the Dream going for the spray down. Doesn't get the takedown, but only a bit of chip damage, I believe, onto the Jet there. So space being given to LG Esports, and the clubs will have to play a 5v5 retake now, Vim.
Let's see how successful this retake attempt is going to be. Good call to clear that out, but Flex, as somebody say about that, is traded out by Kian at the very least here. 4v4 situation. We got a 4v3. Olsen on a rampage right now.
have it. Oh my god, Kian doing it. Olsen on the board as well again. And Mateo trying to go for the last stand. But it's all up to Olsen. And we know the fun fact already. Just flip that name. You can see what it's all about. Mr. Nicola here doing his job, doing work. And honestly, he's had that experience on the pro side before. And he's bringing that and more here for the MGS clubs.
Elibap,
Elibap.
Elibap, ano yan?
So,
Something
so,
Omsim. Basta pabili
Omsim.
Coke mismo. Ano yan? Ekok. Yun.
Um,
Elibap Ekok Omsim.
So, ikaw, ang pangalan mo ay Lani Min.
Siyempre,
Ay,
updated
Lani
ako
Min.
sa mga funny stuff ng mga kabataan
Yeah,
ngayon.
you're so hilarious, Lani Miv. That's your name backwards. Yun
hip.
Lani Miv. Okay, yun. Very hip. Very cool, this Viminal. And you know what's cool? Calm Collected Flex, they're just running gunning to go on to that B site. It seems like our ages are showing here, Mr. Vim, and it all beats sabay-sabay. Ito na ang setup dito sa B site. Deli gonna get on the board though. Dupe gonna get the kill as well. And that Odin has done the damage for that B take. But then again, the Bladestorm is denied here by the Omen of KVG. And the Paranoia doesn't get much as Dupe has the big gun. Nanoswarm though does get the perfect lineup from Olsen. Zoning things out, and Dupe will push on forward. Close range encounter, and it seems like the Omen will be the last thing you see. The Odin has been dropped, the rifle has been picked up, and it's LG Esports clutching it out there in that round.
Good call for Dupe to take that close angle. A definitely unexpected bit of an off-angle play there. Definitely worked out to his favor. Valiant effort from Olsen. I mean, I'm not quite sure if it would have been the right call to use the ultimate just to secure that round win. Diba? Parang sayang kasi yung momentum eh. But then again, you know, they didn't have to. They're up by 3 already, so you know, gets good.
And yeah, it's understandable. And honestly, a bit surprising there for LG Esports in terms of what they invested in that round. MGS clubs, I'd say they were taken a bit aback from what just happened since that was past their bonus already. Scoreline was 3-1 here, Vim, and we're in the 5th round. But with that win, LG Esports puts back their names on this notice board, and it seems like this is the chance here for ADMU to step things up. But a while ago, that Odin making a big dent on the attacking side. This time, though, we get the Sova. Hunter's Fury is the call. Dippy will find Build there, and suddenly it's a man pickoff. But then again, the Hunter's Fury in response, and since Mateo has no victims right in front of him, he'll be victimized by the lightning instead. Deli answering back 4v4 now after the Sova ultimates. And Flex trying to play the entry in the middle, but has to be careful. There's Deli on the one side. We have Kian trying to fly on high, but Flex able to shoot on up, get that kill onto the jet. And on the inside, a smoke criminal. It's Olsen and Deli setting up a trap, knocking it down. And it's Dippy now versus the world here, Vim.
He might actually get double peaked right there if he's not too careful. But he manages to at least
30
buy some
seconds
time
left.
to get away with a spike. And MGS clubs, they're going to go for that retake. However, they are unaware that Dippy is making his way onto A side. But they're just kind of holding right there in the middle, which is a smart thing to do because you don't know where he's going to plant, right? So as soon as you hear that sound key, go for the 2v1. You don't want to
10
make that a
seconds
1v1.
left.
Yeah,
Spike
and
planted.
in this case, MGS clubs, they respect the powerhouse that is LG Esports. They could have split things up and have one member each on each site just to prevent that spike plant, but they respect the opposition and that... so close with that nanoswarm, I reckon. That could have been a drop right on the other side of the generator, but it falls on top instead, and Dippy right now is the one on top. Seems like he's the apex predator of this round. 3 kills for Dippy, and is this gonna be the drop here? Will we have to cop what the Sova is trying to peddle? As Dippy right now looking for another target. The shock darts are coming. Limited edition with that branding, and KVG swinging on high, and it seems like he's the one with the reservation instead. MGS clubs making it 4-1, and that dream for the 2nd seed here, Vim, it's not done yet. It's still possible if MGS clubs just gets all the rounds now from this point onwards.
Feeling very concerned for ADMU right now because it seems like MGS clubs playing out of their minds. They're playing really well, really incredible micro decision making, very much on point right here and now. And it's a concerted effort from the entire team. Viol has yet to get the ball rolling, but for the rest of the team, it's a pretty concerted effort, and that's what you want to see. For the side of LG Esports, it seems like Mateo's been shut down quite often.
Killer B killed on that Reyna. And you said it yourself, if you're not getting the kills on the Reyna, what are you even doing there in terms of what you can do for the team? But my biggest concern right now is LG Esports is losing out in terms of momentum, and they're on the side that has been their bread and butter in the collegiate scene. On the attacking side, that's where they shine, and we got KVG and Viol just getting in the way time and time again. KVG on point one more time, Kian on the board as well, and Viol, this guy has been able to just set that tempo with the flashes, with the angles. Sure, he's messed up before in terms of flashes, but this time he's just getting the wins anyway, and it's 5-1 right now. But Pua University, Makati, this is really suiting their style and suiting a potential playoff run here, Vim.
This is very, very convincing. Perhaps this is a statement performance in and of itself. But if LG intends to bounce back, it's going to be right now because they have that lockdown. They have that Empress and a TP. You know, they could definitely make something happen over there in A side, but it seems the spike is going to be left over there onto B spawn. Theo trying to be a little bit sneaky here, going with the Aldrone as well. Does not catch Kian off guard as he dashes away.
Mateo, he's hunting. He wants to get that momentum. And LG Esports is hungry for some souls, hungry for the damage that needs to be done. And there you go, Mateo with the entry that they need. Just brings himself to try and get to the doorway, but it's already broken here, Vim. Bit of a trap being set up here by MGS Clubs. But KVG could not capitalize on that fact. Now he's behind the smoke, and Kian here on the high ground. Dippy, though, this is why, you know, this is why it's LG Esports. This is why it's at Neo, because having that bow and arrow out, being an archer, doesn't really suit them.
Oh boy.
My blue and white is showing right now, but hey, 4v3. Let's get back into the action. Lockdown is into play here, Vim, and this is an interesting retake that might work out here for MUM.
Very, very doable. However, it is going to be a 3v3. Make that a 3v1 in a blink of an eye here. This is all going to be down to Flex. And goes down. Hands of Allison. You're going to be losing that op as well. 6-1. This is not what LG wants to happen by any means. They could not stop the bleeding, but they still have their ultimates. Why they didn't use it then, I don't know.
Maybe we know right now. They're trying to save it for the playoffs. But no, in all honesty, guys, this is looking to be so stellar here for MGS Clubs. We keep mentioning the whole relegation promotion system, and MGS Clubs is basically the best example of this right now. They're at the cusp of the playoffs. They're at a really good spot to beat the perennial runner-up of the University Lions Cup, and they've really proven how strong they've become as a team. Before that, guys, though, if you do want to get your school involved, we do want to ask you this question. Want to bring esports to your school? Well, the AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. Alliance member clubs get access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event support, and of course, the Globe Esports Merit Scholarship. Learn how to join the Alliance today at AcadArena.com/alliance and get the chance to participate in AcadArena's major tournaments, win bragging rights, and exciting prizes from our partner brands. Visit app.acadarena.com, go through the registration process, and you're good to go. But looking at this game, LG Esports, they're looking worse for wear instead. And what's the problem right now, Vim? Because it seems like the usual tactics of LG Esports, they're just falling apart in front of MGS Clubs.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that MGS Clubs are not missing any shots, it's just there seems to be a lack of synchronicity for the side of LG. They're looking very, very scattered. They're taking a lot of 1v1 duels that could very well be double peaks to punish forward positions of the MGS. We're not seeing that as of now. Meanwhile, for the side of MGS, great utility usage. Their double initiator comp being used to its full efficiency.
Clever's now gonna get thrown, and Flex looking to back on away. Mateo, though, seeing Viol on the other side, but Viol has been a hero here with the Sky and is willing to peek those angles. Dupe now with that paranoia, catching out the Sky there, forcing the retreat, and into the corner we go, but Viol still wins it anyway! But the taps do happen, courtesy of the side of LG Esports, and it will be the ADMU squadron getting the advantage. Seems like the Eagle has landed on a site, and it's Air Force ADMU looking to set things up. Dupe now with a catch on to Delhi, and it's Allison versus the world. He's been a hero here for MGS Clubs, but can he do the 1v3? It's only 5 seconds left till the turret is there to help him out, Bim, but it's looking to be a tough ask here for the side of the clubs.
Despite Flex being on 1 HP, does have the better angle onto Allison here. Turret's gonna go. Oh boy.
Oh yes. Or LG. From oh boy to oh yes, real quick from Nibby. This guy has a lot of experience playing different games, and Valorant is just one of them. Ultimates, though, they're still available for LG, and it seems like they're trying to answer your question, Vimalo. Why not use those ults for now? It's apparently they're saving it up for a rainy day. They're running out of rounds though to use it. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the first half, but by this point, I feel like this is when LG Esports will start unleashing these ultimates against MGS clubs.
Yeah, I expect it to be so because the last round was an eco flip. So I do understand them saving it out from that. But really, I think for the side of LG, just run it down, guys. You know your mechanical ability. Don't overthink your strats.
Yeah, it's the thing is, MGS clubs, they've been contending, but it seems like LG Esports, they're a step behind their usual pace, and I completely agree with you. Once ADMU gets that confidence, especially on the reign of Mateo, that's just such a potent duelist force to be reckoned with. Dynamic duelist duo, it really exemplifies the LG Esports playstyle. Flex though with the Clouders being thrown, Paranoia is there, but it misses the marks on the Jet, and he's still playing it close and safe and sound. But KVG right now swinging on in, catching out Flex with that peek. We have the Omen, we have the Killjoy, and both of these agents superior in that firefight and winning it out. MGS clubs, they're just stomping on LG Esports right now in terms of the duels and in terms of the scoreline. But dude, he's not done. He's found two here, and he's trying to just duplicate those results to get even more kills. But that's too many members and too many bullets from Delhi. MGS clubs, they have the royal flush right now in terms of the duels, and it's 7-2 in favor of this MUM squadron.
They're looking real hot for MGS right now. There seems to be not a lot of trades happening from the side of LG. They are very scattered across the map, especially during those executes. If they group up together, perhaps do a buddy system, go back to the basics here. Yeah, it just might work out for them. And again, Nibby still holding on to that ult. It's been 9 rounds. This is the 10th round, and he's had that for, like half of the half. So
Is it finally time to press the ultimate button? In other games, right, when you stack all the ultimates, you should win the fights. Is that the call here for LG Esports? We'll see as Kian does get hit by the Aljo, and Violda with a catch on the Flex. It seems like for MGS clubs, it's again and again winning out these initial duels. That's a big part of their success, and that's been a big component of the LG playbook in their collegiate run. Dippy, though, trying to make the Hunter Series work, doesn't really get the kill that he's looking for. And with this confidence right now from the side of the clubs, they're pushing further and further and catching out more members of LG unaware here. And look at that, Viol, Delhi. Easy takedowns for them, making it 5v2.
yeah, MGS, you can tell that they're feeling it right now because of the map control that they're taking. You can tell how confident they are at this point in time. LG, conversely, on the other hand, they feel very constricted. And that is very, very worrying for them as Delhi. Oh, and Ian.
The last 2 kills just exemplify the problem right now.
Yeah.
MGS clubs just wins. The Odin beats the rifle. The spray through the smoke beats the no sight line. And MGS clubs, it's 8-2. Now, unfortunately for them, since LG has gotten 2 rounds on the board, they have sealed the second spot, I believe, the second seed.
Maybe that's just their goal.
Doesn't get 2 points. LG's like, guys, our win condition is to get 2 rounds and we're good to go. We're in the playoffs as a second seed. Maybe. But all kidding aside, this is MGS clubs looking to prove that they have that playoff form, and a victory here versus LG, well, it's gonna be that 3rd seed for them instead. Viola right now though with a kill out to Mateo, and yet again the Reina has been shut down. It seems like right now it's the blue screen of Jet in front of the blue and white, and the Flex right now trying to play the entries from the market, but it's Olesen with the push, with the heroics, and going to break that lockdown on the other side. Dupe though trying to go for the chase down, but Olesen will run on away instead. Flex with the kill though onto 1, and Olesen, he's ready. He wants to fight even more, so he's just saying, feed me more, give me more to kill. KVG gets on the board as well, and this is the best 4 we've seen MGS clubs ever in Division A, and it seems like there are no signs of it stopping as Kian will get that final kill and make it 9-2.
I was not expecting this at all, Dax.
Last round in the half.
I mean, I knew they had it in them to be able to take the win in this map, but not in this manner. as we're going to another tactical pause here. And it's going to be MGS clubs on the tac pause. And this is sort of mind games here happening here. Typically, teams do this at the last round of the first half, despite having a heavy advantage, to basically seal the last round. And it just keeps the opponent guessing. Oh, what are they going to do now? They're going to change something, and then you do the same thing, and then you just catch them off guard. So respect for respecting the tactical timeouts here, but
Yeah, and
it, my point being, it's just MGS. How are they pulling this off, man? It's just kind of crazy.
they want to make it to the playoffs. That's just it. They've said, we'll bring playoff form a week early, and we're seeing it right now from the clubs. For LG, yes, they needed 2 points to make it to the second seed, and they got it. So cool. That's good for them. But this scoreline is not gonna, I'd say, instill the confidence that they're looking for to face off against many of the other teams right now in the playoffs. Because let's be real, season one, it was a great accomplishment, and it was actually expected to be a DLSU versus ADMU finals. But in season two, that wasn't the case. There were other favorites over LaSalle and over Ateneo, and just somehow, some way, with some players maybe not playing on some sides, and then just big improvements from both squads just willing themselves to make it to the finals as well. It seems like here for season three, it's a better case for Virtus Arcus from what we've seen so far in the regular season and the roster that they're putting out. But for LG Esports, it's not going to be that solid foundation compared to their usual rivals. So for every single win that LG Esports needs, it needs to be commanding so they know they can get to the grand finals all the way to the playoffs. But you know what's happening? You know what's the reality here, Viminal? It's MGS Club saying, hello, welcome to the show, and getting all the kills that they need. Nippy's the only one left. Guardian Gameplay gets hit by the Paranoia, and the Blade Storm is coming. The rifle is there, and a flawless win versus LG Esports in that last round. Statements made. The clubs are the only suit you need to follow.
Yeah, man, it's just such an unprecedented performance. I think this is even a more commanding performance than the previous game, it seems, at this point in time. I wonder if they're actually going to be able to keep this up for MGS. Or is LG going to wake on up here on the second half?
And that's the problem. This is where they usually struggle. The first half of their defense is where everything is shaky. They just find their formations. They find their comeback a little bit later on. But in this case, one pistol win for MGS clubs might seal the fate of the Ateneo squad. And here, the playoff picture is looking very, very clear. One group has already been fulfilled, Viminal. The second one, we're just waiting to see who will take that last slot. And the MGS clubs, they're hungry for it. They want it right here, right now. And they're hungry for that push on the A side. It's a big stack. It seems like the lunch bell is on. And they're ready to go with the Paranoia play. Where's the entry? There it is. Flexos hiding on the side. Perfect opportunity. And LD Esports, they're not done. They still have fight in them in a 4v3 here, Vim.
Definitely looking very good for LG to be able to mount a little bit of momentum here. But the spike already has been planted. He takes down Mateo with a start.
Delicado with those shot darts, and we got Nibby getting in the face of Allison there. Seems like, though, it's all left out to the turret and the killjoy. The spike, though, has been planted. And I love the angles MGS Clubs is taking. Freaking dark right now to get the info. But there's the shot, and suddenly a second member appears, and his name is Deli. MGS Clubs win the pistol that can seal the fate of LG Esports. And this is a big one. This is gonna be a big win for MGS Clubs if this keeps up, and it's looking to be the likely scenario here, Vim.
Dax, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Red pill, blue pill.
Blue kasi, blue and white. Pero di ako bias caster Yun talaga yun eh.
I knew you were going to take the blue pill. You know what the blue pill stands for? It's
What?
an unsettling truth.
This
perhaps
is the truth.
LG, no longer top dog.
I mean, like, in all honesty, my heart goes out to them, but in terms of the formations right now, in terms of what we've seen the past 2 seasons, they can be a contender to the crown. But are they one of the favorites? Not really, in all honesty. There is a big chance, and we've seen some of the weakness on the defending side, especially for LG Esports. They still are, I'd say, the best attacking side in terms of pure numbers and strength in the whole University Lions Cup. And I guess, MGS Clubs, they took that to heart and said, that attacking side, we're going to crush it. And that's what they did in this game. For LG, there's a long road ahead. They have many opponents that they have to beat, that they have to prove themselves against. But in all honesty, I feel like that's the situation that LG Esports wants to be in more often to make them really shine. Fioldo, he's shining on bright, and Sky here gonna be able to get to, it seems like, Nature Lovers, and into the guard as we go, and onto A side, the MGS clubs, they found another card to play, and they're looking for more. Nibby right now on up top, Deli gonna get taken on down, but that's pretty much it. The only one left will be Dupe, playing the journey from B side to A. And in the 1v4, can Dupe get the goop on? Will he be the one to make it his time, or this slime will fall? It seems like KVG has his number instead. And this is it. Playoff points for MGS clubs.
Absolutely spectacular performance. I'm absolutely blown away. Again, I'm not expecting this. Mateo at the bottom of the scoreboard. Who would have thunk? But man, it's not even a matter of whether or not LG hits their shots. It's just a complete team diff right now. They're always caught unaware, and they're not pre-aiming the right angles, and it's always MGS clubs with the element of surprise at any given moment. It's quite spectacular, really.
Yeah, it's just a bad day at the office for the LG Esports roster. You can see the duelists that usually stay that top frag. They're at the very bottom, and for LG Esports, this is the form they're gonna want to avoid in the playoffs. For MGS clubs, this is the form and more that we want to see from them to just get the biggest upsets of them all. Who the thunk? The MGS clubs is just one round win away from making it to the playoffs. Unfortunate for the MCL fan base. But the clubs, what we've seen here, really proving how much they've earned their spot so far. And Deli right now, a delicious cut, and that's a TP you don't want to see. That's a no.
Let's pretend that it didn't.
Nah, it's literally Deli saying, delicious free kill, I will take that and more. And now he's gonna go for the push. Vyodo quite low, can't heal himself up because he's that Sky. Mateo though hit by the Seekers. There's the run and gun from KVG and a dash on it, but Deli doing the same old thing. It's 5v2 right now. Flex trying to play the hero, and Dippy gonna get on the board, but it's all left to Dippy here, but he's gonna dip out. And the MGS clubs, they will be your third seed of Group B. They are making it into the playoffs, and they prove that Division B can become as good and even better than the stalwarts of Division A. What a commanding win for MGS clubs. But luckily for LG Esports, they got 2-round wins, so they're still that second seed. Barely though. What a win. What a win.
What an incredible performance from MGS clubs. Now, let me tell you, if they play like that during the playoffs, man, they're looking really scary. But will it be enough to take down the likes of Hal? Will it be enough to take down the likes of DLSU? Well, that remains to be determined. And, sa susunod na kabanata pa yan, so abangan. Pero, it's just, and what a game that was. Like, so many incredible plays coming in from Olsen, coming in from Kian. It was a concerted effort from this whole squad. Looking back at things in previous performances of MGS clubs, they've been sometimes kind of cold in terms of their frag potential, especially Olsen. But now Nicola is just popping off, man.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the records. Yeah, there are moments where MGS clubs is like, well, what's going on? But then you have these moments and just like, oh, welcome to the show, MGS clubs. Incredible efforts, incredible victories as well. And I'm just impressed from what we just saw there for the side of MUM. We see that this team has really worked for it. We see this team over the past 2 seasons have really gone above and beyond I'd say the expectations seen at them. And from all the on-point shots and all the initial frags that they've gotten, they effectively, Vimelo, played the game of LG Esports and played it better in this map.
Yeah. I mean, defying our predictions, both of our predictions, Dax, we predicted ADMU.
Well, I just, if it's ADMU, I will always choose it no matter what.
But
I close my eyes and be like, ADMU.
Okay, but for me, from a completely objective point of view, I really thought this was going to be ADMU. Now, I say this all the time, I'm always welcome to be proven wrong in terms of predictions, and that's why predictions are not set in stone. The future can only be written by the players, and that pretty much goes for anything in life. So you kids out there better keep that in mind.
I know that people take the predictions really seriously in the collegiate side, and it's nice, but at the same time, if we are always correct with our predictions, we can say something else. Rigged.
It would be
But no.
boring if we always got it right. Right?
And it's just all about stats. But the stats, they can get broken. But in all honesty, I don't talk about predictions much because they're just a guess by a guy
they're a
talking about the
guess.
game. We're here to talk about the game, and the players are there to talk about what they're all about. And this time, we've heard the speech of MGS clubs. This is a squadron that is ready to play in the playoffs. This is a squadron that has really shocked the world of the University Alliance Cup. And I'm just happy for them because I've always wanted one of these teams from Division B to make it all the way to Division A playoffs. And lo and behold, we have the MGS clubs. Apparently, though, are we getting a correction here? What's going on now? Is it because of that scoreline that MUM actually takes the second seed?
Whoa.
We're getting some corrections here, friendos. Give us a sec. I'm gonna get
All right,
confirmation.
Let's get confirmation real
Let's
quick.
get
because
confirmation.
Huge
This is a
development.
huge one because even I was looking at the stats, but then I was told by production, they just need 2 points and they're good to go. It's like that might not be the case depending on the bracket, and there is a case now that that's actually MUM that takes a
Okay.
second seed away from ADMU because of that result. Is that, and ADMU only is able to stay in the playoffs by a 1 round gap between themselves and the Warlocks. What is this group? What is the standings?
Have we entered an alternate dimension?
Oh
Dex?
my god. So
alternate
I just need final confirmation. I refuse to say goodnight to everyone until we get everything, sorted. Because if MGS clubs gets the second seed after everything is said and done, is such a big accomplishment because the only team they basically lost out to was effectively the squad that has a perfect record. But you can see here, Group A, that's sure. It's gonna be, wait, I feel like I was being tricked there. I know it's FIT up top, and then it's gonna be DLSU as second, USD as third. Okay, Prod, we love you. Your Prod in AcadArena is amazing, but can we actually get the real results? Who is gonna be?
I'm
because
dying to know.
I'm dying to know because, guys, this is a big deal. Since kung first seed ka, insta semifinals ka. Kasi 6 teams lang, diba? Ang pasok sa playoffs. Yung second at third seeds maglalaban ng cross group. Tapos yung first seed straight into the semifinals. So making it to the first seed is very, very essential. So Prod, ano na, Prod? Come on, guys. We don't like to call you out, but this is a moment that everyone is dying to find the answer to.
And only the production can answer that right now. And of course, you, Dax, you've always been the guy who geeks out on the standings and whatnot.
I know.
So,
It's important. I'm
It's
telling you guys.
important.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
important.
so
'Cause
you're
my
the man for the
problem-
job.
No, my problem is I don't know the computation if the head-to-head is more important than the rounds. Because some systems, right, it doesn't matter how many rounds you win, basta you beat the opponent you're tied with, then sila na yun. So I'm not sure. I don't have the full rule book. I'm just here paid to get cast done, guys. But besides that, oh my god, this is the really, really spicy one. So apparently it's FIT first seed, DLSU second, and UST third. So that's Group A. Here for Group B, so far it's HAU first,
Mhm.
and then the question mark of MUM and ADMU next. The graphic here, it's saying that it's ADMU and then MUM. So, how is that going to get touched no matter what? That's 5-0. No one touches that. But just this tiebreaker, it's looking spicy. And I think, Viminal, the fact that we have this debate, this issue, goes to show how competitive this season of Division A has been for UAC.
I mean, honestly, this is just a great sign for all things here in the UAC. When power rankings change drastically like this, it's a good sign that the scene is getting stronger and stronger, more competitive than ever before. And this is a message of inspiration to all teams participating, that even the strongest opponents can be felt.
Tim,
What?
does this mean we get LaSalle versus ADMU in the quarterfinals immediately? Oh my god!
Yes!
Oh! We're not gonna get the rematch in the grand finals anymore at this rate.
This
If
is
this
the
is
first time this ever happened, right?
This is incredible. So FIT DLSTU UST Group A. That's what the prod says, guys. And Group B, HAU, MUM, ADMU. So it's second versus third cross group. UST versus MUM and DLSU versus ADMU.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god. This is the spiciest season.
Oh my gosh.
We're
Okay.
getting a different finals matchup, guys, no matter what.
This is gonna be incredible. If DLSU is gonna fall off their throne, it might actually be this season.
It's gonna happen. There's a chance.
That chills down my spine, Dex.
Dude, this is a third time's the charm. It's gonna happen. But for the other matchup, UST versus MUM, I'm very interested with this because MUM, it seems like they are a believer of the new meta and they're really integrating it. But UST, this is a
Same.
team that embraces that same kind of I'd say mindset and then some. But in terms of the mechanics, I feel like that's where USD and MUM actually do falter bit by bit compared to other teams in terms of potential, right? But what we saw there, what MUM did versus ADMU, it kind of throws that argument out the window. And then for USD losing out the CSP in a comeback fashion, I really feel like the momentum in that matchup might be in favor of MUM instead. But USD, always been a stalwart and happy to finally see them into the playoffs. How about you, Vim? In terms of that matchup, what do you think about that?
You know, I'm gonna have to echo your statements because, again, CSB on the uptick with an incredible victory there, and I don't know, USD looking kind of shaky in terms of a lot of their macro fundamentals. So it's a pretty interesting time here in the UAC. For the very first time since this started, it's just the usual suspects not looking too suspicious.
Yes, it seems like the uprises here for both HAU and FIT as well. FIT quarters, semis now. There's a chance to make it to the grand finals. HAU, they're the 5-0 squadron, so everyone is looking for them to impress. And I can't wait for the playoffs. We got the promotionals, we got the playoffs coming, guys. And the University Alliance Cup, the landscape is gonna change yet again. But Vim, I think after all that, Matt, and after that incredible last game, it's time for us to call it a night. Anything else you want to say though before we wrap things up?
Honestly, it's just an absolute honor and pleasure to be here casting with you, Dax, at the UAC. It's always very inspiring to see a lot of very promising young guns here in the local scene. And we are, without a shadow of a doubt, we are looking at the future of the Valorant scene, not only in the Philippines, but perhaps Southeast Asia. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
keep
see
your eyes
these
peeled.
talents. And keep your head forward because this is going to be the next generation of Valorant, and the University Alliance Cup is the best place to watch these talents grow. Guys, though, it's time for us to call it a night, and the University Alliance Cup wouldn't be a thing without our amazing sponsors and partners. UAC 2021 is powered by Globe Telecom, our official telco sponsor, ASUS Republic Gamers, our official gaming PC and laptop partner, Logitech G, our official gaming gear partner, Riot Games, our publishing partner, and Twitch Student, our platform partner. I've been Dax, he's been Biminal, and we'll see you guys in the promotionals, and we'll see you guys in the playoffs. This is us signing on out for the UAC Season 3 group stage. Till then, it's going to be another amazing matchup waiting in your future.